Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down the international friendly between England and Wales, a game that ended with a dominant display from the Three Lions. England versus Wales is always a classic matchup, full of pride, passion, and a bit of history, but this one at Wembley felt one-sided from the start. Let's dive into exactly how it unfolded. The game kicked off under the lights at Wembley, and before the fans even settled in, England took control. Just 3 minutes into the match, Morgan Rogers opened the scoring. It was a brilliant early move. England pressed high, forced an error from the Welsh defense, and Rogers calmly slotted the ball home to make it 1-0. The energy in the stadium lifted immediately, and you could sense that England weren't going to slow down. Wales tried to find some rhythm, keeping possession in their half and looking to break through the lines. But England's intensity was too much. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham dictated the tempo in midfield, breaking up play and recycling possession quickly. The movement from England's front line caused constant problems for the Welsh back four. Only 8 minutes after the opener, England struck again. Ollie Watkins, leading the line in place of Harry Kane, showed why he's been in such good form. A clever run behind the defense, a perfect through ball, and a clinical finish past the keeper made it 2-0. 11 minutes gone, and England already looked like they were cruising. At that point, Wales were under real pressure. They struggled to keep up with England's pace and found themselves pinned deep inside their own half. Every time they tried to push forward, England intercepted and launched another attack. Gareth Southgate's men were aggressive but organized, pressing in numbers, recovering fast, and playing with purpose. Then came the third goal. In the 20th minute, Bukayo Saka added his name to the score sheet. It was another flowing move from England. Quick passes across midfield, a sharp cut inside from the right, and Saka's trademark finish into the far corner. 3-0 inside 20 minutes. It was vintage England, fast, confident, and ruthless. The Guardian described England as having absolutely flown out of the blocks. And that's exactly what it looked like. Wales barely had time to react. To their credit, they kept fighting, with Brennan Johnson and Dan James trying to create some spark up front. But England's defense stayed solid. Stones and Gahey controlled the backline well, and Ramsdale barely had to make a save in the first half. Williams picked up a booking for Wales after a rough challenge on Bellingham, which summed up their frustration. They just couldn't get close enough to stop England's rhythm. It was one of those nights when every bounce, every pass, and every finish seemed to go England's way. As the game settled, England managed the tempo with maturity. They rotated the ball, tested new combinations, and gave their younger players more freedom to express themselves. Without big names like Harry Kane or Reece James, this match showed the depth in England's squad. Players like Watkins, Rogers, and Saka proving they can lead the attack when called upon. Wales, on the other hand, looked a bit lost. It was an experimental lineup from their manager, trying to build chemistry ahead of future qualifiers, but they simply couldn't match England's quality or intensity. The difference in squad depth was obvious. Wales had spirit, but England had control. By halftime, the game felt decided. The second half saw England ease off slightly, focusing more on possession than pushing for more goals. Substitutions came in, giving fresh legs a run out, and the team continued to look comfortable. Wales had a few moments late on, but nothing that really troubled the English defense. When the final whistle blew, it finished England 3, Wales 0. A clean sheet, 3 different goal scorers, and a performance full of energy and confidence. For Gareth Southgate, it was exactly the kind of display he would have wanted. Proof that England's next generation of players are ready to step up. For Wales, it's a reminder how tough it is to compete against top-tier opposition, but also a learning experience for a younger side still finding its balance. In the end, England versus Wales once again showed the gap between the two teams right now, but it also gave fans a glimpse of what England's future could look like: fast, fearless, and full of talent. That's the story from Wembley tonight. England 3, Wales 0. A dominant win and another confident step forward for the Three Lions. If you enjoyed this breakdown of England versus Wales, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more match analysis and international football coverage. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.